Oh, boy.
It's about the charity.
All right. Welcome everyone to committee meetings
One
for
meeting going on
March 10th.
Only one meeting?
We're gonna start off with County Services Committee.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I'd like to open up county services at 6:02. We have 3 action items tonight. First one is amending resolution number 61-25, accepting the Greene County Integrated County Plan for Child and Family Services.
Aye.
Hand on leg. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? None? That's
Not a
carried.
committee, are we?
Number 2, authorizing agreement for Greene County Department of Human Services Aging and Columbia County Community Healthcare Consortium, Inc. for New York Connects.
O'Connell?
Handle O'Connell?
Sherry, just a quick question for
Yes.
Amanda on this.
Yes.
What will be the benefit for participants from the county with this?
This I actually, ironically, this was on the last agenda and I thought it was, I had the two mixed up. So last month's agenda item was for the transportation that we booked with them. This one is actually for, the staff. We have a dedicated phone line that's like a state line that comes into the building. And essentially it's our New York Connect, gateway that if you have any questions about healthcare, disability options, Medicare options, heat benefits, things like that, that are like outside of going directly to DSS, they come in through that channel. And at that point, there's somebody in-house that's directing, essentially like a directory, is directing those calls. Part of the process of that right now is we only have one person that's really dedicated to it. And she's doing a multiple other options, things within the department. The healthcare consortium is doing it for Columbia County, but they're getting a lot of our calls. They're getting like 17% of our calls are going to them.
Is there,
So-
is there an AI opportunity for this type of system?
There is, I think that is probably something that they could possibly explore. I think the issue is just not knowing all the resources that are available. And I mean, we are limited, both counties are limited in resource options outside of, Kyra's world. There's a bunch of different agencies that maybe are doing a little bit here and a little bit there. But again, it's knowing what all those resources are, who's available, who's still taking clients. And it's kind of like you have to maintain that directory while you're doing the job. And that's part of the process that we're kind of falling short on. I think we're just not aware of updates and things like that. So why not have one agency who's doing it for both? They're already providing that information because we have a lot of shared resources. They become that main hub and they provide the data and, they can provide extra staffing. They can have staff. They're going to be in-house here, but it'll be one full-time person, but they'll always have somebody available as well as the backup and somebody that's kind of maintaining that list, that directory at a higher level, and then distributing that information to their staff. So it's not just county resources, long-term care facilities and, who's taking PCPs that are taking new clients and stuff like that. So there's a lot of different information that one person has to have. And it's just, we're not doing it well. And it's not really all related to us necessarily. It just so happens that it was seated in the Human Services Department, so.
Thank you. Thank you, Sherry.
So we have Patty Handle and Mr. O'Connell. Anyone opposed? That's carried. Number 3, authorizing agreement, student internship placement
We didn't vote.
agreement between Greene County.
No,
Department
we
of
didn't,
Human-
hold on, I don't think we voted on that.
Yeah,
Just a motion.
No, it was motion. We did a motion.
no. Okay,
All agreed.
all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay.
There you
Mess me up.
I know.
We lost control.
Number 3, authorizing agreement, student internship placement agreement between Greene County Department of Human Services and Catskill Central School.
go.
O'Connell?
Lucas O'Connell, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? That's passed. Anything else to come before county services tonight?
I did just get a letter from Sherry, from the Greene County Animal Alliance, thanking us for our letter of support that I sent to them, along with some of the financial information some of the folks are looking for. Tammy has it, she'll scan it in and email it out to the board tomorrow.
Motion to close?
Can I just say, so
Yes.
tomorrow is the second Veterans Roundtable meeting at the Carroll Vet to Vet office. If anybody's interested, in attending, we had about 25 people.
About 25, and we might have a guest from the VA, hopefully, they'll be
What
down.
time is that?
4 PM, and that's at the Carroll Mental Health Facility.
And the first meeting, I think, was really, not only was it well attended, but I think it was really productive in, we had people from different organizations that all came together with the same purpose, not, waste resources and really kind of, as we plan stuff going forward, it's planned as a community effort. The things that are coming up, we're, advocating for the taxes, changes with the property tax, issues at the VA with the healthcare, and then also just even big event planning, with the 250th anniversary coming next year, and even some of the stuff on the table for this year, that's the 250th anniversary. It's really like, how do we move forward as a group and plan, do efforts as a group versus everybody doing their own little thing.
This will be an ongoing thing, so if we can't make it this time, we'll have word out.
Where's the meeting?
This one will be at the Carroll Vet to Vet office in the mental health.
Thank you.
At 4 o'clock in the afternoon, you still come in the rear door?
You can come in the rear door.
And I had, on the dismissal of the meeting, I had a handle for motion, but I did not get a second. Lavera? Lavera, thank you.
Who did?
I got it first again.
Again. Just say,
The control is locked.
I'm done. I'm done.
Another fine mess you got into today.
That's right. For the third time.
You guys, good night.
Night.
Good night.
All right, Nana, thank you. I'd like to call Public Works Committee meeting to order at 6:09 PM. We got Scott Templeton here from the highway. This is his report.
The buildings around here too. The buildings are good too.
He's here for questions.
Questions only?
Yes? Oh, okay.
Basically, we're at status quo right now through the agenda. Nothing really has changed too much. Right now, we're wrapping up winter activities. Hopefully, we don't get any more storms.
You just jinxed yourself.
Yeah, this winter did a number on our roads. There's been a lot of heaving and, cracking. So we'll be doing a lot of pothole repair this season. We put out a bid for paving. Should be coming back next week. Once we get the number, we'll determine what our budget is and figure out what roads to pave for this year. We're hoping that the state comes back with CHIPS funding as well as emergency weather recovery, pave our potholes, and pave New York. Those will also determine how many roads and how much surface treatment we end up doing this year. You'll see on the agenda something, the tree clearing for the 61 bridge replacement project. This is going to be outside of that scope because of the window that we have for tree clearing. March 31st is our deadline to clear trees. If we don't hit that deadline, this project's going to be pushed off till next year. So that's the reason why that is currently on the agenda.
Deadline for clearing trees.
Correct.
Bats.
That's,
Even in the valley?
yeah, it's November 1st through March 31st. We have a strict deadline anywhere in that. We have to, that's the window of clearing trees.
Is this an actual pass into law, or is this some DEC regulation? that came
DEC
about?
regulations.
Or they just thought this upon themselves, right?
It's state land that we're also clearing trees.
Sounds good, right? So let's just do it.
You'll see a couple other ones. We're wrapping up the Casco transfer station, two of the major projects we did last year. The tipping floor and the residential drop-off area. Those are gonna be completely closed out. And we're moved on to the maintenance building and the scale house. So those are the next two projects. We have engineering firms working on that currently.
Who was the engineer again that did the transfer station?
Barton would do this. Different group than some of the other groups that you.
They were very good. I mean,
They're,
the place looks neat, clean, organized, really.
Yeah.
Right.
yeah, Keller was a great contractor to work with. The tipping floor as well as the residential drop-off area. And Barton would Judas, the group that we work with, Zach, was the engineer that we had, project manager, he was fantastic. And we're using him as well in the maintenance building.
How do all the concrete hold up over the harsh winter?
Good. We had to do additional concrete work once we started excavating and chipping out. We actually had to extend it. That's why, fortunately, as we got into it, it's like renovating a whole home. So we had to go to good concrete, so we kept on going. So we got to sound concrete, but it was a little delayed. We got into the winter concrete work, which escalated some of the costs because we had prepared to have it done prior to that.
Was this concrete that you put in the tipping floor, the same concrete you used on the, single stream building?
No, this had it's a different mix design as well as it had, fibers in it. So it's much just for the wear and tear that in the, liquids that are on the tipping floor.
Just want to question about.
Oh yes, the tire shredder, we originally had that in our project 147.
Well, we didn't. We put it in.
Yes.
We should, so
Correct.
this is more of an accounting correction than anything, the tire shredder was kind of an add-on at the end.
Right.
Well, I'm glad we did it for our ability to manage the tires, but it was never envisioned to be within that project, so.
Yeah, we removed it from the project 147, with the tipping floor and residential drop off area.
So what do you have to put it on a standalone?
It's gonna be part of the equipment from 2024. Correct?
I see this payloader for the, solid waste. What's this one you've already been using?
Yes.
On
The rental from
The rental,
Correct.
rental.
That's
Yeah,
that
this
one?
was the Kawasaki damaged
Yeah,
during the
call
fire.
parts rental.
Don, the last thing too is on your engineering side of things, the people that were awarded to design for, say, leads and sidewalk repair and other ones. Do they have to give you like a 25% plan, a 50% plan? I mean, I'm trying to remember when we approved like Barton Lujudas for the leads project. I'm just wondering where they are, or is there something we can see?
We have not seen anything, unfortunately. This is the first time we've actually dealt with HUD. This program that we received, that $2 million grant, is through the housing. It's a federal program through Housing and Urban Development. We've never worked with them before. We're still in the administrative phase of trying to get that up and going. They've done survey work. They should be getting out some preliminary to us shortly. So probably in the next couple of months, we'll have something to look at.
Okay.
But yes, there's 25, 50, 75, 100% of drawings.
Okay.
And we'll have.
So you can see them and then say, we don't really want to go that way or whatever. I got you.
And we'll do budget estimates based on those set of drawings, because we're trying to fit into a window. So if we need more money or less money during construction, we'll kind of shift our scope of work.
Okay.
Thank you. We kind of design what we wish for, and then once we do a budget estimate, we kind of scale it back to fit into that.
I was also gonna ask you, Mike took my question about the Leeds project, but what about the slope stabilization? Can you give us a timeline as to where we're at with that?
Right now, like I was saying before, we actually met with the village water. They're gonna do some markouts. We're gonna do some test pits. Once we get those test pits and figure out where the utilities are, we should be finalizing those plans shortly as well. We're trying to get that work done this year.
2 of them, 4 this year, correct?
61 and 23B, we're trying to get this year.
Well, there's two slope issues on 61, right?
One's part of the bridge project, and one's a standalone. It's further up by, Krill's farm.
Yep. Thanks, Scott.
Thank you.
And for 23B in Caro, it's the installing the driver feedback signs. We're in this middle phase right now. We've sent back those. Once they return with what we hope that they're expect them to be purchasing, we'll get an actual schedule on that. We're trying to get that done as quickly as possible too. But it's based on submittals. And approval, yeah.
Thank you, Scott. Okay, we have 11 proposed action items on here today.
It's great, great.
All
gotta give Greg
right,
his here.
they want to hear from you, bud.
Fine.
We have Craig Seaver from Public Works.
Support my friend Scott. Around.
What's the youth fair facility?
Yeah.
Wrapped up?
Only got left is the concrete slab, which they're planning on doing, the end of this month.
And what about the other garage door? That was open, garage door
It was open, but it's closed now.
closed, and then it looks like you gotta bring that slab up quite a bit.
No, it's only gonna be 6 inches.
To get into that walk-in door is more than 6 inches.
They lowered the doors. They're lowering everything down, so the slab's only gonna be 6 inches. They had to lower everything. Well, that was their mistake.
Okay,
Yep.
because today it wasn't lowered. When I went there. Oh, that's gotta bring a lot of going.
They're not gonna bring it over.
Okay.
They're gonna lower it.
Rides around.
Harry's patrolling every day.
With the ruler, he's got his tape measure out there.
I'm on patrol.
I noticed,
We gotta get you a special license plate for it.
A little light.
Flashing yellow light.
was there, it looked like the window was broken on the door of the courthouse.
About 2 weeks ago, some kids vandalized and broke the front window.
Okay,
We have a police report. Obviously, they're not gonna find anybody.
so are we doing anything to get cameras there? Because this now is the second incident to our courthouse. We had spray paint on the pillars at one time. Now we've got a broken window. So, is there any plan for cameras?
Yes, yeah, it's, when the Justice Center is complete, we have to come back to the courthouse building itself. The existing camera system is obsolete, so we're gonna be adding.
While we're there, let's make some upgrades to our
I agree.
county court.
And then that front, what is now the front entrance to the courthouse is gonna need to be rehabbed. You know, that modern glass enclosure that you walk into, it's a mess. We're gonna be looking at some changes there as well. It doesn't keep the snow out, and it doesn't keep the cold air out, it's just, you know, those glass doors are just impractical for gas bills.
Looks good.
Well, you got off easy.
I guess. Thank you, Charlie.
Okay, first proposed action on authorizing advertisement for bids propane services.
Martinez.
Martinez and Handle. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Authorizing advertisement for bids purchase of materials.
Village.
Torrington. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? So carried. Accepting form proposal for removal of trees necessary for the county Route 61 bridge replacement project in the town of New Baltimore.
Second.
Linger?
Linger Martinez, okay.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Authorizing purchase of two 2025 Rotary Cab Ford F600 XL trucks with dump bodies and plows through New York State Office of General Services.
Martinez.
Ms. Lennon, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Authorizing extension of contract for operation of household hazard waste collection event.
Aye.
Handle and leg.
And
Leg.
Handle that.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Authorizing supplemental agreement number 1 for completion of the Catskills Transfer Station residential drop-off infrastructure project.
Rivera.
Here,
Martin, that's a decrease.
Like that.
Yeah.
We're in decrease.
That's an increase.
It's an increase.
That increase.
That was a net increase.
That's a net increase.
The 5,000 was a decrease.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Authorizing supplemental agreement number 1 for electrical contract for the Casco Transfer Station Residential Drop-Off Infrastructure Project.
Like,
Thornton.
Megan Thornton. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Authorizing supplemental agreement number 1 for removal of reconstruction of the tipping floor at the Catskill Transfer Station.
Hannah.
Vera.
Vera. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Authorizing purchase of 1 new 2023 wheel loader.
Martin.
Thornton.
Sean, did we get an insurance check for that as well?
Not yet, we will be getting one, I'm just finalizing the details.
So we got trade value, but we will get an insurance check.
And we'll get money for the rental expense.
That comes off as well. And the second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. 2024 budget amendment and amending resolution number 375-24, authorizing purchase of tire shredder.
Hannah.
Handle,
Like,
Leg. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Budget amendment, insurance recovery, solid waste.
Martin.
Langer.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Anything else for public works tonight?
Motion to close. Getting lose control. No.